my top 3 evidence-based cancer healing foundations. All right. And this is really focused on how do we create an anti-cancer lifestyle, an anti-cancer environment in the body so that we can stop the cancer processes happening in the body. So we all have cancer cells inside of us right now, whether your interest is here for prevention or you're a doctor and you're here just learning more about what you can do for your patients, or you have cancer and you're learning what you can do to help your body heal. We all have cancer cells inside of us right now, every single one of us. The key is, are we utilizing our body's innate healing potential to eliminate those cancer cells or not? So here's the 3 steps, right? Mental and emotional wholeness, physical vitality, and environmental mastery. These are 3 core foundations we're going to get into tonight, starting with number 1, okay? Before we do, I want to just share this with you really quick. This is kind of leading into each of these. This is really interesting, right? There's a study in Nature that says up to 90%, upwards of 90% of cancer is caused by extrinsic factors, primarily diet, lifestyle, and environment. This is huge, right? This is huge. It's saying less than 10 to 30% is intrinsic. Basically, what they're confirming is what we've known all along, even at cancer.gov, that says, 5 to 7% of cancer is hereditary. We know more and more that cancer is primarily a environmental situation. It is both what is happening around us through lifestyle and choices, as well as, through our exposure to certain things, as well as what's going on inside of us through our choices and through our minds and emotions and some of these things we're going to get into. But, this is telling us upwards of 90% of cancer is by extrinsic factors, diet, lifestyle, environment. And these things we primarily have control over to a huge degree. And I'll share with you why and how. This goes without saying. Are there more than 3 foundations? Are there more strategies to help us prevent or heal cancer? Of course, right? Of course there are. Obviously, we don't have the time to get into all of them during this training, but I want to share with you these 3 core foundational ones, because if you get these right, then you can absolutely increase your odds of preventing and healing from cancer. So let's talk a little bit about genetics, right? Because since cancer.gov says 5 to 7% of cancer is hereditary, or what they might say is based in so-called bad genes, right? My friend, colleague, and Health and Healing Club faculty member, Bruce Lipton, who is a world-renowned cell biologist, he's considered, the father of epigenetics. He proves that your mind and emotions can literally help you heal from cancer, or they can help cause cancer, right? Bruce says, here's what he says. He says, why is this new insight important? Because the new insight says, no, you are not controlled by your genetics. Your genes are controlled by your environment, and more specifically, your perception of the environment. This allows dynamic control of your biology. If genes controlled your life, your fate would be determined regardless of what was happening in the environment, right? That just means you're helpless. You have no control of your life or your health destiny. He says, these are your genes. This is your life. You have this cancer gene. You're going to get cancer and die, right? That's kind of the misnomer. That's the old belief. If you have a cancer gene, then you're going to get cancer. What he says is the fact is there is no such thing as a cancer gene. He says that is a belief that is self-sabotaging. If you believe you have a cancer gene and you believe that gene can turn on and give you cancer, then your belief is literally biologically manifesting a chemistry that will create cancer, because you are translating your perception into chemistry. Now, this gets pretty complex, but this is something literally where he has shown, as well as leading edge scientists have confirmed this, that our thoughts and beliefs and emotions change our biology, and our consciousness can literally help create cancer in the body or heal cancer in the body. This is really fascinating science. He says a perception of cancer can cause cancer. And then he says less than 10% of cancer has any hereditary linkage of all. The other 90% or more of cancer is a direct response to the environment and the perception of the individual in that environment. It basically says genetic control is a limitation because you can only express what your genes express. The new science called epigenetic control sounds almost like the same thing. When I say genetic control, it translates as controlled by genes. The new science is called epigenetics. It sounds similar, but it's profoundly different. Epi means above. So when I say epigenetic control, I'm literally saying control above the genes. This is the new biology. It reveals that the environment and our perception of the environment are what control our genetic activity. When I've interviewed Bruce, when he's in my documentary, one of the things that he says is, if genes cause cancer, then how come only 50% of women with the BRCA1 gene, the breast cancer gene, ever get cancer, right? If the gene caused the cancer, then 100% of women with the BRCA1 gene would have cancer, but only 50% of them end up being diagnosed with cancer. The other 50% don't, right? So it's a clear indication, once again, that genes don't cause cancer. It's and then the science goes in to confirm this, that it's the environment of the cells that cause cancer, and not only the environment around the cells and basically the environment of our lives, but the consciousness of our minds that literally changes the environment around the cells. So it's really fascinating stuff, right? But I truly believe that 99% of all cancer can be avoided with these three key foundations: mental, emotional wholeness, physical vitality, and environmental mastery, right? Because with diet, lifestyle, and environment, plus the science of epigenetics and mindset, that's where this 99% number comes from, right? And within these three foundations, there are very profound insights, decades of science, and incredible solutions that are working for thousands of people. And, obviously, while I'd like to cover all the solutions, we only have time to go to a portion of them, but I want to dive into the first foundation. We hope you enjoyed this short excerpt from the Health and Healing Club. This entire video, including an in-depth discussion and thoughtful and inspiring questions and answers, is available inside the Health and Healing Club, along with hundreds of hours of premium and exclusive life-changing content, practices, and holistic, natural, and integrative solutions for health and healing. You can start your free trial today at healthandhealingclub.com.